is Swisher, and I'm from Doddridge County, West Virginia. Ever since I was like little, I'd say, I've always been doing doing stuff in theater. Growing up, my mom told me like all the time I was doing like my own little productions and all that stuff. I'd be like, what was it I always said? I went ladies and gentlemen because, you know, I was a child and I didn't know how to speak. But I was always putting on some kind of show or performing. It took me a hot minute to get it together and kind of like realize, because after COVID, you know, like I wasn't on stage anymore. It took away my senior production. And more than anything, I wanted to figure out a way to do theater in college and make it work with my major, which is public relations. The best way I thought was doing theater production. The comparison is definitely there because there's it makes me feel like I'm back home. Like, to me, even if it's not home remotely, like there's way more stuff going on up here than there was. Like, we didn't even have a costume shop in high school. We had like one like dresser that the tech ed class made, and that's where we kept all our costumes for the shows. But here we have like an actual costume shop, so it like where we actually make everything, and to me it just feels more professional. It kind of is, but theater is still theater no matter what. And like even if it's just your dinky little high school dresser or the costume shop at your university, it still makes me feel happy that I'm being involved. Well, the environment of the costume shop, I don't know how to word it besides like it's a vibe. Everyone there, they just have they're all personable in one way or another. Like I can sit and talk to them for like hours while I'm like sewing a costume or like plucking feathers off of a boa. Oh my God, yes. There is a complete contrast over performing and wearing the costumes and then being a dresser and making and like putting together the costumes. All through my life, I was always the actor. I had never done anything really behind the scenes besides like painting one set in art class. I never realized what all went into like putting together a show, and mainly the costumes, because like I never saw that. I never really saw that side. You know, I just saw the big dresser. Now that I'm up here, and like last year I just worked on our production of Rent, and I was costuming for that. And it set like a whole different tone, because like the way they got ready was completely different than how we got ready. So automatically I just felt like I was already in a whole new world. And it felt like a grown-up version of what I used to do. Like it felt good to do it. The process feels almost like therapeutic in a way, just because, you know, I'm just kind of sitting there just going through the motions, like snipping the thread, all that stuff. And every time when I look at the product afterwards, I do feel pride in it, because I'm like, holy shit, I made that.